What's going on, everybody? This is Al from NCAA 06 Revival, and in the last tutorial video I broke down all of the offensive trick plays in NCAA 06, and I mentioned that I want to do a second video on all the special teams trick plays. I believe there are 7 of them. We're going to cover them all in this video. There are 2 types of trick plays in this game in terms of special teams. One is for punt situations, the other one is for field goal situations. So we'll cover the punt situations first. Okay, I'm still using Ohio State because they got some speedy guys and whatnot, but this should work for whoever team you're working with. Okay, let's just kind of look at all the plays out of the gate. When you open up the special teams playbook, and this is for every team out there, you can't adjust this. It starts out with the spread punt. You see you've got a spread pass, which we'll cover. Then you got the normal spread punt, which I use all the time. Then you got a spread fake run. We're going to cover that as well. Next, we have tight fake pass, tight punt, and tight fake run. Again, we're going to cover the fake pass and the fake run. I don't use the tights hardly, but I understand why it could be useful when it's like you're on their 40-yard line, but it's 4th and 8, and you just feel like you need to punt it, do a sky punt of some sort. That is what you would use as the tight punt, along with their fake plays or trick plays. Next, we got punt OB left, sky punt, and punt OB right. And I don't know if you've ever used the punt OB left and right before, but it's really neat. I'll show you this quickly. We'll go with punt OB left, and we'll go special teams random formation. And what this does is it automatically sets your direction towards the left. I selected the OB left play, and look what it does. It already points it to the corner. I think that's what it's trying to do, is go to the corner. So if you kick it halfway decent enough, and that's a terrible kick, you know me, I'm not the best kicker in the world. It's just really cool. You don't have to adjust your arrow. And this one's going to go more towards the punter. But I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was pretty neat. Same with a punt left, OB right. We'll go punt, OB right, yeah. Sky punt. And then we go into the field goals. We got field goal pass, field goal, and field goal run. We're going to break down the 2 outside plays. And lastly, we're going to break down fake spike. You got to spike the ball, you got QB nailed, and fake spike. So let's go back to the spread punt plays. There's only 3, spread pass, punt, and fake run. Let's cover a spread pass. Now, before we open this up, you will notice you got your 2 outside, more or less, receivers or gunners, pretty much going go routes. You got basically a tight end running a post with your quote-unquote fullback running a little out route. Now, one thing you have to remember is your punter is the one who's going to be throwing the ball, meaning your punter is a terrible passer. He can't get it more than 10 yards without something stupid happening. So I'm a big believer in just throwing it to the shortest route and see if anything can happen. So what we're going to do before we go into spread pass, we're going to go to practice strategy. We're also going to go to formation subs. Now, I previously mentioned how you notice you got special teams tight punt and special teams punt. This is the spread formation. Your starting fullback is your default player at that particular position. But if you want him to catch the ball, and if you have a fullback that can't run the ball well or can't catch it or is slow, you may want to substitute him out. This is a perfect example. This kid right here, Schnittker, I hope I said that right. He's got a speed of 68, and I'm sure his catch isn't all that great either. So what we could do, we could substitute him with like another receiver, like San Antonio Holmes. It says 68 overall because that is technically a fullback position, but his speed is still intact, and his catch is still intact. Everything else is still intact, except for the awareness. Well, the awareness is pretty good too. But anyway, put in somebody fast who can catch. Okay? So we're going to put him in right there. So now we're going to go back. We're going to go back to spread pass, and I'm going to do a random formation. Now, when I click random formation, some of these plays, they're going to throw the field goal defense on you. But when you click on, if you look at all the defensive plays for the punt situation, you got left, middle, and right. Then you got middle fan, safe return, double cross. There's no real way of knowing which one they are going to call. Only thing you need to know is the defense, the CPU does a good job of selecting a punt play when you are going to punt. So all of these situations are pretty much the same. you got straight block, double lightning, all-out block, and then you got the field goal stuff. So even though I'm going to click random formation, you will see a couple field goal plays here and there. I want to do random formation because I think you learn much quicker if you use that. So let's go random formation. We're on the 50-yard line. Let's say we got to pass. We need to pump, but we want to fake it. Now, again, we got two go routes, a post, and a little flat route. Now you got a punter; they can't throw worth a lick. The easiest thing to do is just give it to the quickest, your shortest route, and see if he can do something with it. In this case, it is our fullback, which we substitute in with a wide receiver. Now you can point your arrow whichever way you want. It doesn't make a difference. You can hit your three X buttons as quick as you can. If you're going up against a human opponent, you may want to keep this realistic, but since you're going up a CPU, it doesn't make a difference. Okay? If they're running a pass play, or they're a normal punt play, just a terrible play, and we'll break this play down. Notice, this is rare. This is the first time I've seen this. The fullback right here, or San Antonio Holmes, gets caught up. He gets caught up in a block, so he's kind of out of the play. And everybody else is covered. It looks like they ran just a basic punt man defense. Okay, they're running another punt play. Hopefully we can get Holmes going here. He's R. That's a little bit better, but we didn't get much out of it. We can just try it again or call another punt return. He gets caught up. There's nobody there. Just nobody's open. You try to make the most of it. We got 20 yards out of that. And you notice what I've done. If you see your fullback getting caught up, he's caught up in a block. You can see him right there, right in the middle of the field. I just run out and just get away from everybody until somebody can get open. That was a miracle play. There's nothing planned with that. Okay, this is a field goal play. I'm not too worried about this one because you're not going to see this. Okay, here's another punt return. This is pretty hit-and-miss play. I'm not going to lie. That could have been a great play, just a bad throw. But what do you expect? It's your punter. Here's another, looks like it's a middle fan. Or not a middle fan, but we're pretty much double-teaming your two outside guys. Here's another punt. This looks like it's all-out block, possibly. When you see this, you're not going to see it because the CPU does a really good job of putting their defenders where they need to be. See, I got my two outside guys that are just wide open. That's not going to happen in Dynasty or in any other game. Thankfully, they're smart enough to put a guy right there, so don't expect that to ever happen. Expect more like this, where your two outside guys are covered. We can try to give it to Holmes again. He's caught up. We can try to give the tight end. You just got to take your chances with it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm actually more of a fan of the fake run. I think you got more consistency out of it, so we're going to try that. We're going to go to special teams. Now, since he's going to the right here, that's why I went with off the left hash. And I don't think you can flip these. I could be wrong. Let's try it. I'm going to learn something here. No, you can't fake it. I'm hitting the R2 button. You can't fake or flip any of the plays, so it's not a big deal. Okay. It's simple running. You just got to hope for the best. You get good blocking. This is a great play right here. Going to go in for the end zone. Again, it's much simpler to just go ahead and direct snap to your fullback. And we'll break this play down. Now, you'll notice they got two guys on the outside of either of our receivers or our gunners. That means you need to cut up field a little bit more than usual. It's obvious they got one guy coming after me, so you need to just cut up field and run right past him. Looks like the same here. I'm going to have to cut up field as best I can. It could have been a 4th and 4, and you converted the first down. That would be good enough. Now, here's a field goal block. We'll just ignore this for now. You're never going to see that. Okay, looks like we got another double team on the outside, so we're going to try to cut up field if we can. Get pretty good blocking. Great gain. We can try it again. Now, that's the safe return formation. I'm thinking we'll get something out of this. I got a little bit. Again, just my personal opinion, you need to probably go with this play more so than the pass play. Even though the pass play can work, it just got to be under the right circumstances. It's a decent block there. Again, they're running the field goal defense. Don't worry about it. Okay, we'll do this one more time. This is the punt return. See if we can get some blocking. Now, the next thing I want to show you, And this is field goal block. We'll just ignore this. I'm just going to dive here. Another field goal block. Come on. Okay. One thing you can also do, you can motion your two outside gunners. Like maybe you want to go to the outside, you can motion this guy in. It brings his defender over as well. So there's nobody on the right side. So if you get any type of blocking whatsoever, by all means, run to the outside. And this is pretty good defense right here. We could try it again. Let's see if you bring him to the outside or inside. It brings both of his defenders in. Maybe you can get decent blocking. That's just good defense. Field goal block. We'll just pass this. Okay. We can try it again. Moving him in. There we go. A little bit better. Had a juke to get around him. If you think it's safer, like this is probably a good idea to bring these guys in since we're going all out block. Still may not work. I don't think we have enough guys on the outside to make it. Yeah, we got pretty decent something out of it. Not a whole lot. But it may be more advantageous to you just to leave him over there. If you think you can get more yards out of it. It looks like we're getting a whole lot more success out of just leaving him over there. By all means, you can do that. But there's nothing stopping you from moving one of those guys over. Okay, there's no difference between the spread punting and the tight running. So I'm not going to show those to you. I mean, I can. But again, go to that triangle. I can show you the pass. The fake run, it's no different. So, I mean, we can try it here. And I need to put our receiver in there. It's got our fullback right here. Let's put in Holmes. Let's do again. He's a little faster. The principles are the same no matter what you do here. If they go all out block like that, I only recommend you go to the circle or triangle. I don't bother with the post. I think it's too hard of a throw for your punter to make. Here they're going straight man. This is that's the defense they need to run. You can try it again. I threw the ball way too late, but we got it out. Looks like we may get 6 points out of it. Finish the play. And they're going field goal here, so again, you're not going to see this particular play. But there's really no difference between this and the spread punt. Again, I most likely like to give it to my short route. At least my punter can make that throw a little bit easier than going deep. Okay, so you got your spread pass, your spread fake run, and your tight fake run and pass. That is all that you need to know about the punt, fake, special, the trick plays. There's not much else to it. Now we'll go to the field goal, the fake field goal stuff. You're probably going to use this a whole lot more than you would the fake punt. If your offense is halfway decent, you're not going to be punting much anyways. But field goal kicking, it gets a little more tricky when you get in the red zone. So we're going to start off with a fake field goal pass, okay? Now, we're not going to do random formation here. What we're going to do is there are only 3 formations for field goal defense. Safe man, block, and safe zone. Safe man is what you don't want to see, but there's nothing you can do about it because the CPU picks the plays. Field goal block is great. Somebody can get wide open. Safe zone is a little bit tougher, but it can be done. Okay? What I'm going to do, we'll do field goal safe man, and we'll just show you what it looks like. And we'll say we're going off the left hash, and we got to kick a 35-yarder from here. Okay? What I like to do, you see our routes here. We got a post route, we got a little crossing route, and then we got our kicker going to the outside. The only one that I can ever really get open and have success with is our post route. Now, what I like to do is hot route that to a go. I think it works just better. Okay, so regardless of what I'm going to do here, if I'm going to fake it, I'm just going to get in the habit of hot routing a go with our tight end on the left. Now, you see here it's Hamby. I don't know if he's our number 1 guy or number 2 or whatnot. So what you kind of need to do here is go to practice strategy and go to your depth formation subs and go to field goal and just see who your top tight end is. You should already know this when you got your own team. I don't know because I don't deal with Ohio State. Looks like Hamby's our number 1 guy and nickel. Okay, and since we want our post route to be our go-to, it's going to be this one right here. So everything's set up the way I like it. I got my number 1 tight end on the outside running the post a la or go when we hot route it. Okay? So just get in the habit of going over the top like that. And I'm just going to throw it over the top and see if he can make something happen with it. Got a touchdown. Again, that's man. He's in one-on-one situation, but I think you're better off always hot route to a go, and I'll show you why. We'll do it with that one here in a minute. We're going to leave it as is, and sometimes the post route, it's just going to be tough to throw. That's just good defense. We'll try it again. I didn't get it off quick enough. We'll leave it as a post route. Pretty good throw. I've just had more consistency with the go. And here's another reason why I want you to do the go more so than anything else. It's not for that play. It's not for that defensive play. Go back to fake field goal pass. It's field goal block. If you notice the defense for field goal block, you got one actual defender who's playing man coverage, and that's your free safety, or their free safety. So he'll be sitting back there pretty much in running man. And we can try this. Again, I always think it's better if you do it with a go, but we're going to leave it as is for now. We're going to call that one more time, and I'll show you the difference here. You'll notice what the safety does. He does a good job of defending technically both guys on your left. The crosser right here and your post route. Now, if you throw it light enough, he can go over there quick enough. A really good safety will go over there quick enough to make a play. That's why I like to go to a go route. Let's hard route our triangle to a go. A little bit more wide open, as you can tell. Again, when in doubt, I think you just need to hot route it to a go every time. Wide open. And this is the perfect example of this. Look what the safety, look who he defends. It is the crossing route. That's why I never go to him. But it leaves this guy wide open. If you had him on a post, you're giving that safety enough time to get over here to make a play. So we can try this again. We're going to hot route triangle to a go. Now you hope they go with field goal block. Again, he's going to be wide open with field goal block. Okay, now we'll break down the other play. Fake field goal pass and field goal save zone. Now, this is the only zone play, zone defense play that's cover one. There's no such thing as a cover one zone. It makes no sense. You're leaving too much space open on both deep ends. Okay? But look at what that safety is doing. He is covering the middle of the field. And if we already have a default post route, that's going right towards where he's going to be. So that makes no sense. That's why I believe you still need to hot route that triangle tight end to a go every single time. Okay? And this time you have to throw a little bit quicker, a little bit harder. Okay, so we're going to try it. That should have been a touchdown. But you can see what happens here. You'll notice the safety going over the middle. Then you got this corner. I guess he's a corner. Going right here. If it was a post, it'd be right here. Probably would have been intercepted. Your crosser is not open. And your kicker will never get open. He's too slow and he won't be able to do anything. Going to a go. I threw it as hard as I can and he just didn't react to it well enough. We can try it again. I can throw as hard as I can. There's a little bit of a window there. But hopefully after these, 20 plus reps going up against all three of the defensive plays will show you how just hot routing that dude to a triangle helps, especially if they go field goal block on you. And I'd like to think they'll go field goal block on you for the most part. I don't know. I don't really pay enough attention to see what the defense normally likes to do. But, again, hot route to a go, I think you'll be okay. Now, the last one is the field goal fake run. It's your quarterback. He's just going to run to the right. There's nothing to that. It just helps you if you have a quarterback that can run here. So we go to the depth chart. I think they got Troy Smith as my number one quarterback. Your backup quarterback is your holder. And Zwick can't run to save his life. So pretend we got a backup quarterback that can run a little bit. Or you could put in your number one guy in for formation subs if you want to do that. The field goal right here, there's nothing stopping you from putting your speedy quarterback right there. So that's something to think about if you run a pro-style offense or something. but you don't have a quarterback that can run, there's nothing stopping you from putting in a wide receiver. We can try that. Again, we just want speed there. So we can try a field goal fake run. And I've had a hard time with this particular play. We can try... let's go to the 3. Let's go field goal safe man and see what happens. See if we can get any type of blocking. It's hard. I've struggled with it. Now, again, this is against field goal safe man. It may work a little bit better against field goal safe or field goal block. Get a touchdown there just because off the juke. And we can try up against field goal run, and then we'll go here, and we can go field goal block. This may not work at all just because everybody and their brother's coming after you. There's nothing there. But again, I wanted to show you that it's actually in the game, whether you think you could be used or not. As you can tell, you're probably better off just going with the pass play. That's what I would do. Unless you get awesome blocking on the outside right there. Otherwise, I'd probably just use the pass play. Okay. The only other thing we need to look at is the fake spike. I don't know if you'd ever... I mean, this works well against a human opponent. CPU, I don't know if they'll bite on the fake. If you go fake spike, you know, think of the situation here. It's like a 2-minute drill, and you're trying to get down the field real quick. What's the defense going to be calling? They're probably going to be calling safe and prevent. And if you look at the routes here, you got a go route, you got a little, not even a hitch, it's more of a screen route. Then you got a little out route with your halfback. So, I mean, a defense is probably going to be calling just something random out of 4-3 or out of their base defense. And as we know, go routes are your cover zero beaters, and that little screen route from circle is a good zone beater. From here, it looks like the defense is in zone, so I can throw it over here. That's just a bad throw. Looks like they're going zone, so I can go to my screen route. It's another terrible throw. I hate that when it bogs down like that. Now they're going man. Ignore the halfback. It's just a terrible route. I mean, you can route them to something else, but if you're going to do that, if they're going to bring both safeties up, you can just go over the top for a touchdown. I didn't even see what they're running here. It looks like they're bringing both safeties. We can go over the top. This play would go great if you're running a screen-heavy offense. It just looks like you're running a screen play of some sort with a backside go route. Looks like they're going zones. I'm going to try to get this over to my screen. There we go. That's a little bit better. Get 5 yards out of it. Again, zone, just go to circle. Man, just go over the top with the go route. And if he's double teamed, you just need to try to make a play out of it, which ain't a very good play there. Both safeties coming up, you just go over the top. Again, I don't know how often you'll be using this play, but it's there if you want it. Okay, that is all of the plays. Like I said, there's only 7 of them. Just use them when you think you can. If you're around the 50-yard line, need a handful of yards. Just my personal recommendation when it comes to fake punts, I think you fake the run. Use the run plays out of the punt formations. The pass, you're just taking a gamble on a punter who can't throw worth a lick. But at least you can at least you can formation sub a very speedy athlete at the fullback position and get him around the edge there for a decent gain. No difference between tight or the spread. It all works the same. Again, I recommend the runs. Now, when it comes to the field goals, I actually recommend you pass, especially when you hot route triangle to a go. I think you're better off there. So if you don't feel good about kicking field goals, and I'm not that good at kicking field goals, maybe I need to start using this a little bit more. Don't hesitate. Use the fake field goal pass. The fake field goal run, I've had a little success with it. If you know of a way to make it work, by all means, use it. I think you got to get perfect blocking to make it work and a really speedy holder. Okay, hopefully all that helped. I thought that was a nice little mini-series with the 2 videos there of showing all the trick plays in the game. They're mostly missed than hit, but you can make some of them work depending on the situation. All right, hopefully that helped you all. Just come on back, and I'll talk to you later.